engine here in the power hall. So it's just as you go in the paralysed section of the gallery, so opposite where the trades are, just before the making more section of the gallery. So do come on over if you want to find out more about the history of the engine and how it works. Any questions in the meantime, let me know. There'll also be time for questions at the end.
Alles noch, nein. I haven't been to the Museum of Science and Industry for absolute years. And since I've last come up, they have changed and redone the whole of the steam hall. And it is absolutely spectacular now, as you can see. A lot more modern, without being modern, if that makes sense.
Just wait next week,
The Science and Industry Museum. Hope you're having a lovely day so far. So, smile over, of course. So, my name is Olivia. I'm an explainer here, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the history of the site as a little bit of an introduction before I start talking about the Buxton engine that is.
And this is a Bay Garrett locomotive. And it's Manchester made in 1930. I mean, I like my modern rail stock, but you cannot beat in any way the stock, the early steam train stock, because it's just spectacular. And there, just over there, we have one of the most famous engines in the UK. The first steam engines in the UK called Planet. Just amazing piece of engineering. Well, it is a working replica of the Planet. And in the 1830s, it took 1 hour 46 minutes for Planet to have a load of passengers between Manchester and Liverpool. Unfortunately, you can't do that route now, because when they were building the Ordsall cord, it cut the line off that used to go along, which is a shame. Again, another locomotive made in Manchester. A lot of good things have come from Manchester. Also at the Science and Industry Museum in Manchester, or MOSI, in the steam hall, you can see how steam engines worked. You had the cab with the brake at the back there. You had the forward and reverse lever just there in front of us. You have all the steam regulators just there. Then you have the firebox, which of course created the heat. Which then in turn the heat went through those pipes there. That there, back this way, was filled with water and obviously created steam. Part of the steam powered the whistle. Just up there, let's see if I can just zoom in. No, I can't. That is essentially the basics of how steam engines work. It is quite easy thing. But if things went wrong, they went wrong. So as you leave the steam hall, you come to this whole area out here which used to be the goods yard for Manchester Central, which is now an exhibition space. And when it's nice and not raining, it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful to come around out here. Come down and visit. It's really, really nice out here. go. Yeah, we're back in here again now, on the other side. It's really good. Go deeper into the main hall. Of course, as everyone knows, one of the things that Manchester and North West is known for is cotton. And yes, there was actually somebody called Frankenstein. Obviously, no relation to Mary Shelley, by the way. Shut off, right in the hills.